I have been so tunnel visioned and so focused on scale. Sometimes you lift your head up and realize, holy shit, we've actually come a pretty far way. Yesterday, I sent out payroll for the business and I realized, holy shit, there is 19 full-time people working. I don't even know how that happened. Right? Like you go from you to a couple people and then the business compounds and you double in size and you triple in size and quadruple and you keep on getting bigger. And right now I'm so focused on the next 5 moves on how we're going to continuously scale, what the main things are needed, how we're going to get there, that I'm hyper tunnel vision focused on hitting the next goal and the next goal and the next goal and hyper growthing this business into the catosphere. All I see is the potential for us to be doing unfathomable amounts of revenue, even 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 9 months, 12. And it's really just a few key components, which has led to us moving incredibly quickly, but we've actually come a long way. And it's so fascinating because on a day-by-day basis, it feels like we're so behind and there's not much getting done. But when you actually look at it, we move incredibly quickly as a company, and the speed is actually accelerating in how fast a decision comes into play and how quickly it gets executed on. And that is one of the most important things every business needs, every entrepreneur needs, is the ability to utilize limited resources and limited time and limited effort into the highest leverage tasks. Because if you have a business, you have so much technology, you have so much time, your team has so much time. There's so many things that could be focused on. There's so many ideas that when you're an entrepreneur, you have an idea to make money in infinite different ways. The hardest part is with your limited time, with your limited money, with your limited resources, how do you utilize those resources for the maximum output and ability within the business to where it produces the most revenue, to where you can then get more resources and utilize more time and resources effectively. That is the epicenter of business. Something might be the best thing your business could do to scale. Let's say you're doing $100,000 per year. There could be something that's the best thing to do to get to $250,000 per year, but it might not be the next thing. And so prioritizing something also has to be in the right order. What is the next best thing to do to maximize the utility of the limited resources that you have at all times? And if you can do that successfully, you are going to grow incredibly quickly, because that means the people and the effort is always going to the highest leverage tasks, and you're always hyper focused on the things that are moving the needle the most to get you in the place that you're looking to go. And we want to grow not 10, 20% a year. We want to be 10xing every single year. That is what I've been doing for the past 3 years, and that is compounded to where now it doesn't even seem real, but the types of revenue, the types of numbers, they don't even seem real, but it just comes from compounding, utilizing resources effectively, and moving in the right direction over a long period of time. But this next 12 months, we have the ability to 20x and be doing multi millions of dollars per month. And that really comes down to just having all the groundwork, all the infrastructure in place, and having a great running system, and then filling that fucking system up. And all of that really just comes down to utilizing limited time and resources and money as effectively and usefully as humanly possible. And I can tell you, business is only getting more fun. I am, today and yesterday were probably the most fun days I've had in business in a very long time, because I'm working on things that once they're solved and we're actually making tangible progress, it's not going to lead to an extra few $1,000s of business revenue, but millions and millions of dollars of revenue. And then as we continuously grow, the highest leverage tasks are going to be tens of millions of dollars and changing thousands of lives, because people will always go back to, oh, doesn't this seem immoral? Doesn't it seem wrong what you're doing? No, the better we provide a service, the more people are willing to pay for that service. It means the more value we're providing to humanity, the more people we'll be able to hire, the more lives we'll be able to change, and hopefully everyone can have a better overall life because of it. I mean, the epicenter of business and capitalism is incredible. You can start something that can impact your life, your family's lives, all the people that buy the product or services lives, as well as all the micro people that get worked for you and or work for the business, and then their families are also directly impacted. I mean, it is really an incredible thing. And so I think that we'll, in the next 30, maybe not 30, I would say the next 60 days, we will probably have doubled the team size. Maybe not doubled, because we already have a lot of the infrastructural, but at least gone up by another 12 people, I'd say. And that is incredibly exciting, to be able to have more people on the team, more people fighting for the same mission, which overall makes everyone's lives better. And so there's about 100 things on my to-do list, and I'm sure there's 100 things on everyone's to-do list. Part of the skill that you need to develop into is knowing what on that to-do list is the most important thing, that what is the next best thing that you can do that is going to propel you the quickest, or where you're trying to go in the right order. It's really fun. It is really fun playing business at a higher level. I was making a video a few weeks ago having the worst week of my entire life. I think I literally might have titled the video it. And it was because we had just leveled up in business. And it was incredibly stressful. Every single time you level up, you come into this new world and you realize that this world is way bigger than the last world, and it's way more complicated and it's way scarier. But then what happens is, the only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So you start to chomp at it, you start to fucking figure out that, hey, we just reached this new level, but it's actually blue skies. It just takes a lot of fucking rain to realize that it is so much better than the last level, and it's actually more fun, and there's actually way more opportunity. But it takes that growth and that problem solving ability and saying, okay, I'm gonna face this challenge head on, and I'm gonna fucking figure out whatever the hell this is, because I'm gonna get to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. And having a bigger vision will say, okay, let me embrace these challenges quicker and dominate them, and then we're going to just fucking scale to the moon. And that next level that we just kind of crossed over, now that we're starting to see the blue skies, it could literally lead to a 10 to 15x of the business in a 12-month period of time. And that is incredibly exciting. That is unfathomably exciting. And so I don't look back and say, wow, we've come a pretty far way. I'm really always looking forward, saying we need to get to this goal and this goal and this goal. And that's mainly for the love of the game. And it is super fun. It is so ridiculously fun. It's not fun when you're pushing at a rock and it's not moving and there's zero momentum, and it feels like no matter how hard you push, that the rock is just going to stay there forever. But when you have momentum and that rock is already in motion, you realize that it's actually not that hard. And then you get to hire people and more people can join. And then it's multiple people pushing the rock. And then you have so many people pushing the rock, it just becomes easier and easier and easier. And there's always new problems. The rock always gets bigger. You fucking push the rock uphill at times. But it actually just gets more fun. And I'm really thankful, and I would say incredibly blessed for the position that we've grown into. It's better than I could have even dreamed of. Growing a business that has real potential to just fucking skyrocket. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It's just executing. And executing is very hard. And there's so many more things that come into it. And every single day it's very challenging.